Hello dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. As always guys, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel, and if you haven't done so, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below in the description. So we're moving on to Cancer, Leo, Cusp. Cancer, Leo, Cusp, there is... who are you running away from? I feel like you are either running away from someone or avoiding someone. And again, guys, these are general readings. So if you're not avoiding a specific person, you are avoiding a situation. There's something that you don't want to deal with. There's something that you don't want to face. There's something that you're just like, no, 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 not today. But it's almost kind of like this energy is persistent. This is something that has definitely come up in the past, and maybe in the past you weren't ready to deal with this, or you weren't ready to deal with this person, and now it's kind of like, okay, now you're ready, but you're still running away from it. Not exactly sure how to face it, right? Whether this is a belief or a thought pattern or a behavior, an addiction, or whatever it is, it's kind of like, okay, it's time to deal with this now. It's time to face it now, because this cannot continue on, because this is like the only thing that is holding you back from like going to the next level in whatever area this is in your life. So there is a sense here of like almost a hesitation as far as like not wanting to deal with it, not wanting, if it's in a relationship, it's like not wanting to have that tough conversation. If this is at work, it's like not wanting to deal with the boss, not wanting to deal, whatever it is that you do at work, there's something that you are almost kind of like hiding away from, right? Excuse me. I remember when I used to work, my last job, I used to do allergy and asthma, and at one point I was like the epi girl, right? So every time anybody had an allergic reaction, like a severe anaphylactic reaction, I was the one that everybody would call. So I was like the one usually called into the room, because I became very comfortable with it. Not because I was any better. I just, before I started treating them, before I was actively doing them, I would study the room to see where everything was and all of that stuff. So I became very comfortable with the layout of the room, as well as with the, with the procedures and things like that. So it became something that some of the other nurses would just avoid, not because they didn't know how to do it, but just because I was always up for it, right? I like that type of energy, that fast paced kind of like, you have someone's life in your hand type of thing. So it's almost kind of like that. It's like you're ready and you're prepared for it. So why not take the opportunity now to go ahead and face this, whatever this is in your life. But it's something kind of like that. If you feel stuck, or you feel like there has been no progress, there is whatever it is that you're running away from, or whatever it is that you're dismissing every time it comes to your mind, that is the one thing that you have to face. That is the one thing that you have to deal with this week, because the longer that you put it off, the longer that you're going to stay within like this kind of stuck energy. So let's go ahead and let's pull out 3 tarot cards. So we have the Devil in the reverse. One doesn't want to come out. It's kind of like, you guys are definitely hesitant about this. The Ace of Wands, and then the 6 of Swords. Maybe facing this is going to cause some type of ending. Maybe standing up for this or speaking out on this is going to cause some type of ending, or some bridges are going to be burned. Certain people are going to be hurt. Certain people are going to feel some type of way in regards to this, but it is what it is. There is a truth here that you need to speak up on, and it's almost kind of like maybe you have been holding on about speaking this truth, again, because you didn't want to hurt anybody, because you didn't want to make anybody feel any type of way, but at the same time is eating you up inside, which is not allowing you to progress. And this energy is almost like kind of bleeding into other areas of your life. So if you want to be free from this, whatever this is for you, then now is the time for you to speak up and stop hiding and running away from it. So let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card. Now this can be confirmation to the reading. This can be your advice or something that you need to be made aware of that you're not seeing clearly. Watchers, transpersonal, number 60. So again, this is something that you need to deal with. This is something that is personal. This is something that is weighing very heavy on you. And regardless of whatever it is, you got to speak up on it, right? And this is just a backstory, right? There was once a gossip that was said, and the person that said it to me, I kind of questioned it, and because of who it involved, right? It involved a group that, in my mind, I couldn't imagine any of them saying that. And and it took me weeks. I remember this was a couple of years ago. It took me weeks to approach the group, and I initially didn't do it in the correct way. Like, I got really upset, and I was like, this and this and they were like, well, who said that? And I said it, and they were like, that's BS. Like, that's BS. Like. And then they told me exactly what they said, and then I saw that the person that brought it to me had twisted certain words. Now, in reality, I knew that the person that had brought the gossip to me had done this in the past. But I didn't want to believe that they were still doing that, right? I wanted to see the best in them. So I had to approach this person and tell them, like, why did you feel the need to say this when it wasn't true? And the person got really defensive, right? And then started to attack me, telling me that I thought I was better and I thought I was this and I thought I was that. But what the point of the story is that I'm the type of person, like, if somebody tells me that somebody said something about me, I am going to approach you. I'm not going to keep it quiet. I'm going to be like, hey, so-and-so said that you told them this, right? I don't want to hear anything from like a third person. Like, oh, well, I heard from so-and-so that you said this and this and this to that person. Then at that point, it's like way too many he said, she said. But if you come to me and you tell me, oh, this person said this, I'm going to approach the other person. I'm going to confront them and I'm going to confront you. And normally I would do it with both of you right there so that I can see who's lying. But the whole point of that story is that the fact that I didn't want to accept that the person that brought the gossip to me was the one that was saying it, because I didn't want to believe it. And it was eating at me so much because I felt so much hurt and pain over this, because it's somebody that I hold very dear to my heart. But once I was able to confront whoever supposedly had said it and then the actual person that said it, a weight was lifted. Yes, the group that I confronted felt some type of way, and I did apologize, and I was like, I am sorry, but I needed to know. And if I made you uncomfortable, and if I hurt your feelings, I am sorry, but I needed to know the truth. And then when I confronted the person that actually said it, which was the person that brought it to me, I told them, I was like, you know what? I am sorry if it hurts you, but I told you from day one, I don't like lies and I don't like gossip. If you have something, or if you're viewing something, or you're perceiving something about me, I respect you more if you come to me and you tell me, hey, when you do this, or when you look this way, or when you have this expression, this is how I feel. And I would gladly and gently as possible clarify to you that is not my intention. But if that is how you take it, then there's really nothing I can do about it. That is something that you have to deal with yourself, right? And it's almost kind of like that thing where it's not so much that you're going out of your way to hurt someone, but you also cannot carry other people's burden on your own. Well, guys, that is all that I have for you for this week. As always, thank you for your love and support. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing. Guys, take care. Mwah. Love you all. Bye-bye.